Hello and welcome. It was about 10 years ago now when I was traveling in Jerusalem on a 2.5 week trip. It was a very Jewish, very religiously geared trip. For those who were already, let's just say, Orthodox or religious and practicing Jews, and those more like myself at the time who were perhaps interested in going that route and becoming more religious, turned out that wasn't the right path for me. But there was a mix of some of us who were interested in pursuing that life, or possibly interested, and those who were just interested in continuing their education in that. So anyway, we're in Jerusalem. It's our second night, and we're hanging out somewhere outside, and the rabbi starts to. This is like one of the members like leading, guiding the trip. He starts to engage us in a conversation about something that I cannot remember at the moment. And not more than 2 minutes into his talk, we hear sirens above. And so we realize, oh, we're meant to go and seek shelter. So we go and take shelter, and we stay in this it's like a small room in the hotel. I don't know, we couldn't have been there longer for 10 minutes. It was probably like 7 or 8 minutes. And there was only one other time, maybe a few days after that I took shelter. I was walking in the neighborhood with a few of the other people on the trip, and all of a sudden we hear sirens go off. And so there's just like this coffee shop several yards ahead, so we just like run into the coffee shop real quick, and I remember the store employees in the shop were chuckling as to, I mean, I wasn't panicked, but I was certainly running because I was a little freaked out. This is the first time I'd experienced this, and the other people I was with were also afraid. And seeing the humor on the faces of these store employees was reassuring, because it made me remember, oh right, they have to deal with this pretty frequently. And one thing I remember from that experience, in addition obviously to wanting to return to Israel because of how beautiful a place it is, and how much I connect with it, and to add on to that further, why I wasn't that scared ultimately is because I just have so much faith and so much trust in the Israeli defenses, like the Iron Dome, and knowing the efficacy, like just how effective these technologies are, is reassuring to me. But also I realized it didn't matter if any of these were rockets that Hamas was firing into Israel. If any of these rockets fired hit, let's say, the home of a Muslim family, if any, ironically enough, if a rocket were to hit and kill an individual who actually happens to support Hamas, and let's say they're just a person and they happen to live in Jerusalem or somewhere else in Israel, Hamas doesn't care. They don't care. It's not a matter of targeting. Yes, they target Israelis, they target Jews. That's not a mystery, but they don't care, and in fact they will intentionally target the other infidels who are either Israeli identifying or supporting, or perhaps just traveling in Israel. These could be young Swedish men and women who are on, a backpacking trip for 2 months, and they're going through parts of Greece and Italy and stopping in parts of Israel. They don't care. Hamas don't care if one of their rockets hits these Swedish travelers, because the whole point is to fulfill this, in my view, lost cause of a mission to annihilate Israel, which has been the mission for the last 76 years and counting, and was a failed mission on year one of these 76 years. It was failed when they engaged, and when the 9 to 10 months of warfare took place between the Jews and then the surrounding Arabs. What happened? Finally, Arab armies surrendered and said, "Okay, it's enough. We're done. It's over. Let's no more fighting." And the Israelis held strong, small but strong as a nation. So ever since then, ever since that period from 1949 on, this has been the mission, and it has been to end the Israeli, first it's the occupation, then it's end Israeli apartheid, and it's blah blah blah. They'll be creative, next in the 2 or 3 years from now, and they'll find some other word other than genocide to throw into the equation, because they're just different names for the same exact thing. And that thing is to just demonize, not really so much actually the state of Israel itself, but no, it's to demonize the Jews as a people. And this is, well, I don't know, a very old, let's say, reality for Jews to be dealing with. So, ain't nothing new here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.